Welcome to amidaedutech.com. Subscribe to Amida Edutech for more updates.
Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is the flagship scheme of Government of India and provides a cover of 5 lakhs per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalizations to over 10.7 crore poor and vulnerable families. That comes to about a pool of 53 crore beneficiaries. As we know, the Yojana and the scheme was launched in September of 2018 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Ranchi. And in just 2 years of its implementation, 1 crore hospitalizations have already been provided under the scheme as we reach 2 years of the scheme today. Now that is huge coverage of ground, and also the fact that you've reached so many beneficiaries through this scheme, which provides free, cashless and paperless inpatient care for a large number of tertiary procedures, including a range of heart problems, orthopedic implants and neonatal care, and a lot of other such things. Around 1,500 medical packages have been provided under this program, for which the government provides entire coverage. So Mr. Jha, how do you look back at this 2-year journey of the program and the fact that you've come this far already, quite a short time of 2 years?
As you rightly introduced, Ayushman Bharat is the world's largest publicly funded health assurance scheme, and I would like to correct the numbers you have stated. I would say that we have reached 1.3 crore families hospital admissions. As on date, little more than 1.3 crore. So this amounts to almost like 16,000 crore rupees of hospital admissions. And that would mean that we have been able to save out-of-pocket expenditure of roughly around 30,000 crores of the beneficiaries. So that way you can imagine that how many people have been saved from leaping inside the poverty trap or getting into the poverty trap. And everyone who is working on this scheme is, the motto for us is that Ayushman Bhava. And Ayushman Bhava is not just about making the people who are getting benefits from the scheme to become healthier, with also the blessings which we get every time we are able to provide treatment or we are able to help a person to get the right treatment. It is a sort of relief for us, a sort of peace and happiness for us. So all of us are very proud of this, the achievement we have been able to get in last 2 years.
And also the fact that 1,500 packages have been provided under the program. Mr. Jha, can you elaborate as to what has been the experience of the first 2 years? What kind of hospitalizations are people seeking? What medical packages are topping the list of empaneled hospitals in the different categories? For example, in the category of palliative or tertiary procedure.
Ayushman Bharat PMJOY covers secondary and tertiary healthcare, and of the almost 24 specialties which are covered in the scheme, and that almost around 1,592 health benefit packages are covered, and of these the top 5 tertiary care specialties which are based on the uses are orthopedics, cardiology, radiation oncology, neonatal services, and then medical oncology. These are the top 5 specialties based on the utilization. And if I talk about the medical procedures, then I would say that PTCA single stent, PTCA double stent, linear accelerator, external beam radiotherapy, total knee replacement, and intensive neonatal care packages. These are the top 5 tertiary care procedures which have been most utilized under this scheme. These 1,592 packages, almost all of them are, initially we have health benefit package 1 when we launched the scheme, but last year we have rationalized and revised them. This is the feedback which we have received from the stakeholders, and we have come up with the health benefit package 2, and those are being implemented now across the country.
When the program was launched, a lot of discussion had taken place on the nature of packages to be covered, and private hospitals were initially a little apprehensive about repayment of, coverage of costs. But that was successfully negotiated. How has the experience with the private hospitals gone? Because as far as I can see the data of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, out of the over 1 crore hospital treatments that you mentioned, more than 50% have come from private empaneled hospitals.
Around 23,255 hospitals are empaneled with us. Of these, more than 10,000 hospitals are from private sector. And if I talk about the treatment, 1.30 crore treatment which have been provided under the scheme, in terms of the amount, almost like 51-52% treatment by amount have been provided by the private healthcare service providers. So that way we have been able to onboard these private health healthcare providers. There were certain deficiencies in the health benefit package in the first year. We have successfully been able to overcome them by rationalizing this, and this was based on the stakeholders' feedback, like that included private practitioners, public sector healthcare providers, and everyone. And we have been able to overcome whatever deficiencies were there in the previous healthcare health benefit packages. And also, I would tell you that there are many places. If I talk about the tertiary care, utilization of tertiary care, there are many states where even in amount terms the utilization in the private sector is more than the public sector. So that way, I can definitely tell you the engagement with the private sector is really going great, and wherever we feel that there is some course correction is required, we seek feedback and accordingly we go ahead with that.
Could you elaborate the deficiencies that you have been able to plug in the health benefit packages, and whether you have added more packages as you have gone along while the scheme was being implemented? Packages, I mean medical packages. Originally there were around 1,500.
I would say, ma'am, that deficiencies would mean that, always there is a chance, there is a scope for improvement. So every time tomorrow has to be better than the today. So, initially we launched with 1393 packages based on the revision and based on the input from everyone. We have converted that into 1592 packages. Many of the packages, the costs have been upgraded. Many of the packages which were not utilized, which were found that those were not being utilized in the 10-year or previous, first year of the implementation, those were removed. And also that we have found that there were certain packages. We tried to make it more evidence and scientific. Now we are implementing a standard treatment guideline. So we are trying to develop a standard treatment guideline for all the packages on our IT system, so that the doctors or the health practitioners who are providing services under the scheme, there were under many specialties, new packages were added. Few of them were removed. Costs of some of the packages were also changed. So more than 200 packages, we have almost 270 packages. We have increased the cost. We have introduced 237 new packages. Further, we have done a stratification of 43 existing packages. A stratification basically would mean that some procedure would require different kind of treatment or different kind of sort of medicine. So those were being taken care under the revised health benefit package.
At the time of the launch, organ transplants had not been included as part of the medical packages. Have you been able to expand the packages to include organ transplants?
Organ transplant have not been included in this scheme, even in the current package. That we do not want. We are looking into the implications of including this organ transplant. And more important, I would say that PMJY was aimed at meeting the sort of reducing the out-of-pocket expenditure. So today or tomorrow we will definitely see that we will study the feasibility of including this, and will probably include that.
Right, that's very encouraging to hear. Also, Mr. Jha, 32 states and UTs are implementing this program, and today the National Health Authority, which runs the PMJAY program, has put out a list of best performing states. And we see that top states in hospital admissions are Kerala, Daman and Diu, Goa, Gujarat, Mizoram, Chhattisgarh and Jammu and Kashmir. Is there any specific reason that these states are doing better than other states? What is different about these states?
The figure you would have got is probably number of hospital admissions per lakh population. I would tell you that some of the states which have been implementing a scheme, some form of health insurance or assurance scheme, even before the launch of the PMJY, like there was RSBY, and some of the states like those we call brownfield states, these are particularly southern states and the western states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat and Maharashtra. These are the states who have been implementing some form of the health insurance or assurance scheme before the launch of the PMJY. So there was a health-seeking behavior in the people, that is already existing. People are more aware that what kind of services they can avail under this scheme. So gradually, these states have a natural lead over those states. If I talk about our northern and the eastern states, particularly UP, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, these states are implementing the scheme for the first time. But they are gradually improving, and every day we can see that in a very short time, they probably would match the southern and the western counterpart.
Second indicator that the National Health Authority uses to measure the performance of states is the beds in empaneled hospitals per 1,000 population. In this category, we see that Goa, Sikkim, Lakshadweep and Andamans and Nicobar Islands and Chandigarh have performed well. Are you also trying to work with states to help them improve, these indicators, beds in empaneled hospitals, and as you earlier said, proportion of free authorizations per 1 lakh population in different states for the program?
So I would tell you that this is a constant effort that as many as hospitals are implemented, that is great for us. So if I talk about UP, more than 2,500 hospitals are impaneled in Uttar Pradesh. Similarly, I talk about Bihar, roughly 856 hospitals are impaneled in Bihar. But these states are having larger population, and you know that the private sector penetration in terms of healthcare providers in Bihar, if I talk about that, has not been very great. So probably that is the reason that number of beds per lakh population is little lesser. But at the same time, the government has different plans to increase the penetration of healthcare providers through different modes. And you may be remembering that this time in the budget, Honorable Finance Minister has declared that some sort of viability gap funding for the private sectors to provide healthcare providers, healthcare services in the states where there is a lesser penetration. Such steps are being taken care, and also NHA is constantly, interacting with the state counterparts to see that more number of hospitals are impaneled so that beneficiaries could get the quality services at the nearest place.
As we know, Mr. Jha, that Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is a massively ICT and technology platform driven program. Everything is cashless and paperless, and all that the beneficiaries have to do is really to go to a hospital where Arogya Mitras are supposed to help them. And NHA, as we see as of today, has issued 12.6 crore e-cards. What I want to understand from you is, do we know how much time is taken to hospitalize a patient once he goes to an empaneled facility under the program? Have you been able to track that? Because that is one way of finding out whether the system is working.
So I would proudly say you that our IT system has last year been awarded the e-governance award in the country, and it is called a digital marble in the field of health. Regarding your particular question that have we been able to do this, yes, we do constantly map and sort of measure that how much time does it take to issue an e-card, how much time does it take to initiate a pre-authorization, which we call the process of hospital admission, how much time does it take to for the claim submission, and wherever we find if there is a scope of improvement, we constantly do. I would tell you that we are coming up with PMJY IT 2.0, that is version 2 of the IT, and though we are still efficient and we are very efficient, we are trying to, challenge our own performance and give a better result. So it is just, so if I talk about initiating an e-card, it takes the process of sort of initiating an e-card generation takes 1 minute. If I say about the hospital admissions, it takes around 2 to 3 minutes. So that way we keep tab on the time which is required to provide the services on IT system, and we monitor everything on a real-time basis.
And because you also have zero tolerance for fraud in the system, what has been your learning with respect to frauds in this scheme? Because even initially a lot of anti-fraud mechanisms were built into the program.
So, as you rightly said, that we maintain a zero tolerance towards fraud, and basis that we have been able to last year we have engaged an agency, a world-class agency for developing a system which is based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we are working on prevention, we are working on mitigation, we are working on deterrence, and we are working on detection. So all forms, so like I will tell you that we are developing system wherein we are profiling every transaction and finding out that if there is a scope of any fraudulent activities, we are before the claim is being paid, and we take necessary action. Like I would tell that almost 171 hospitals have been de-empaneled under this scheme as they have been found to be involved in some type of abuse or some type of fraudulent activities. We also understand that the beneficiaries which we are serving under this scheme are the poorest, and they probably may not have a very strong voice at many times. So we provide, I will tell you that every beneficiary who is provided a service under ABPMJ receives a feedback call from our side to understand if they have been provided the same service which the hospital is claiming for the payment, and if we find if there is a mismatch. So apart from the thoroughly automatic electronic system, we also have a manual check to identify that quality services as claimed by the hospital have been provided to the beneficiary. And we are further improving, as I told you, that we are working on artificial intelligence and machine learning, which also includes like image matching and many other things. So we are using a state-of-the-art systems for identifying fraud and taking in deterrent activity.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Jha.
Thank you for allowing us to talk about this great scheme.